wagon and look back at our family, there's someone we truly believe in, and you're the man. And when we turn those barrels and she lifts up on two, I sometimes hear a little voice saying, "Don't worry, son, because I'm in here too." Now, in the past, you've taken a few drivers and a few outriders, even the odd child or two. But really, Lord, no one has ever really blamed you. So we don't ask that you take us to heaven or never run in stormy weather. But when it's all over and you gather us into your mighty kingdom come, would you please keep us all together? Amen. Friends, if you're able, please rise for the playing of O Canada. Well, thank you, friends. If you're ready to have some fun with the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association Night 2 of Dakota Thunder, make some noise. Brad McMahon comes into the night tonight, the day money runner last night. He also has 3 show titles this summer and 2 Dash for Cash wins. Danny Ringette, 6-time competitor at the Rangeland Derby of the Calgary Stampede, has a show title and split the show title last weekend in Saddle Lake. He comes in the number 1 gunner in the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association. Whitecap Dakota, get ready. The wagons are rolling in minutes.
Try so hard to speak what to say. I'm moving forward, I'm trying to find a way to say what's on my mind. Where to start? How do I let you know just how I'm feeling? Reaching out, feel the soul, losing all self-control. Girl, you make if I could. Do you know what I mean? Do you make me feel so Girl, I try so hard to speak. How do I let you know just how I'm feeling? Reaching out, feel my soul, losing all self-control. Girl, you make me feel so wonderful. Like I'm clean if I could. Do you know what I mean? Do you make me feel so good? Reaching out, feel my soul, losing all self-control. Do you make me feel so wonderful? Like I'm clean if I could. Do you know what I mean? Girl, you make me feel so good.
I look up to the sky and stop to wonder why you came home last night with tears in your eyes. I tried to talk to you, but the words were very few. You hardly said a word all the whole night through. Tell me what it is that you're going through. Am I hurting you, or am I losing you? Give me a reason why you came home to cry. Just one word will do. Baby, is it true? Am I losing you, or am I losing you? Baby, is it true? Am I losing you? I look up to the stars as I'm driving in my car. You left me here last night.
We hope you are ready to feel the thunder on a Saturday night here at the Wagon Track. We're going to have some fun here tonight with 7 heats ready to go for you, beginning with this one right here, right now. On that Iron Jet number 3 barrel, Roger Moore is out there with Sunchild Law. Offices in Saskatoon and the Battleford. See them for Indian boarding claims. Online at sunchildlaw.com. That's Roger Moore on 3. Telcon 2-barrel, Roland Baptiste, DJ XL, and the Red Pheasant Snipers Hockey Club. For weddings, anniversaries, powwows, birthdays, sporting events, and more, if you need music at your event, turn to DJ XL, 639-998 81-62. DJXL and the Red Pheasant Snipers with Roland Baptiste on 2. Apex Distribution, one barrel, Robbie Ethier, Bar Over, AJ Cattle. That's purebred Red Angus and Simmental cattle out of Spiritwood, Saskatchewan, along for the ride with Robbie Ethier on that number 1 barrel. Your CPCA Outriders for Roger Moore, Sunchild Law, Jory Bronkin, and Quinn Langevin. Quinn thanks Casey Mechanical and Bob's Auctions, his outriding sponsors here tonight. Outriding for Roland Baptiste, DJXL, and the Red Pheasant Snipers Hockey Club, Trey Delver and Lane Hewitt. And your outriders for Robbie Ethier, Bar Over AJ Cattle, that's Logan Pethick and Tegan LaRouche. You're all set up. One outrider holding the lead team, the other at the back loading the stove. We ask for your silence prior to the horn for heat number 1. The horn sounds and a Saturday night is off and running at Dakota Thunder here at Whitecap Dakota Nation, and Robbie Ethier flies off that number 1 barrel. That is Bar Over AJ Cattle hauling to the lead. The E team right behind him, Roger Moore, Sunchild Law, and tucking into the inside of that Roger Moore wagon along that rail is Roland Baptiste, DJXL, and the Red Pheasant Snipers Hockey Club. The barrels are standing in the infield is Roger Moore on the outside. Roland Baptiste dueling it out. Roland's along the rail, but they are about 2.5 lengths, if not 3, behind the speedy Robbie Ethier, the Grandora Godfather, and Bar Over AJ Cattle. He's got the speed hooked tonight. This man, he's in hot pursuit of day money as he turns 4 and asks for a little more. Robbie Ethier, if you picked this one, you picked a good one tonight. Bar Over AJ Cattle is going to win this one. Goes wire to wire, wins it by 2.5. Roger Moore and Sunchild Law second across the line. Roland Baptiste settles for third with DJXL and the Red Pheasant Snipers Hockey Club. Didn't quite snipe the win tonight for Roland Baptiste. That is heat number 1. Now, your running times from heat 1 will come your way after heat 2. The running times from heat 2 will show up after heat number 3. After we're done with heat 7 tonight, we'll get you the running times from heat 6, 7, top 5 of the night, and a top 5 of a 2-day aggregate. The fastest wagons over 2 days with combined times, because it is the fastest wagon over 3 days that will be crowned Dakota Thunder show champion here in 2026. Last year's show champion was Ryan Baptiste. You won't see him here tonight. Ryan is over racing in the World Tour. He's out in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, racing for them this weekend, so you won't see Ryan. He also set the track record here last year. 102.40 is the fastest this track has ever been lapped. 102.40. So keep that time in mind as we get to the running times here tonight. I can tell you the fastest it was lapped last night. The day money was Brad McMahon, Premium Equipment Sales and Rentals. 104.64 was the day money last night. We thank our title sponsor, Sega and Dakota Dunes Casino, for making this event happen, and all the great major sponsors along with them, like Whitecap Development Corporation, Kindrachuk, Agree Architecture, McGill's Industrial Services, and BMO. From Red Pheasant, Saskatchewan, you're looking at a second-year driver and Mr. Roland Baptiste, DJXL, and Red Pheasant Snipers Hockey Club, a former pony chuck wagon champion. He had a top 15 run last weekend out in Saddle Lake, Alberta. Roland Baptiste, and it's DJXL that's providing the sound for us here this weekend at Whitecap Dakota Nation. Well, this next man in front of you is from Loon Lake, Saskatchewan. He's the winner of 4 WPCA show titles, including a win at the Ponoka Stampede. Put your hands together for the legend Roger Moore and Sunchild Law. This outfit you see in front of you right here was 5th quickest last night. Roger Moore's the only driver you're going to see twice here tonight. He'll be back with his point outfit later on tonight. And from Grandora, Saskatchewan, the Grandora Godfather, Robbie Ethier, bar over AJ Cattle. Top 10 run at Beardy's and Okamasas a couple of weekends ago for Robbie. He finished that show 10th in the aggregate. Now, as for Roger Moore, that outfit you see right in front of you, that orange and black wagon, he's going to go back. He's going to unhook the 4 horses and hook up another team and be out here again in heat number 5 to race for you with his speed team, his point team. What that outfit can do for you is he can run for the day money. He can run for the show championship, but it does not count in the point standings. Okay, it's a non-point outfit, a second wagon, if you will. But the outfit that Roger Moore is going to bring back for you in heat number 5 is the one that he wants climbing the CPCA point standings. He's just on the outside looking in the L&A Chartered Professional Accountants driver standings. Roger Moore is currently 7th. We talked about it in the opening. You got to be in the top 6 after Friday night next week to have a shot at the Canadian title. Roger Moore is only 8 points out. He's going to use tonight. He's going to use tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. He's going to use Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at the finals to try to get those 8 points back and try to get into a top 6 spot to have a shot at the Canadian Championship here in 2026. We thank Whitecap Wellbeing for providing the kids' activities, some bouncy castles over there. And when we do get you those running times, we're going to keep you up to speed on the Sure Shot Wireline Fast Time of the night. As our wagons roll in for heat number 2, let's get you introduced. On that Iron Jet number 3 barrel, Ryan Martin driving for Carl Kennedy with the Little Pine First Nation. Located in Treaty 6 territory. And on the wagon box, Valley Buds and the Little Pine First Nation. Ryan Martin at the lines for Carl Kennedy on that number 3 barrel. Telcon 2 barrel, Brian Mann, Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction. Toronto Trucking out of Warman. They specialize in general freight trucking, truck transportation, construction, and more. Warman Construction provides commercial and industrial construction services across Saskatchewan, specializing in bridges, culverts, concrete, and more. That's Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction with Flying Brian on the 2 barrel. Apex Distribution 1 barrel, Darwin Kasokio with Trace Roofing Systems, Inc. Darwin's on the 1 barrel. Your outriders for Ryan Martin and Little Pine First Nation, Darwin Ward and Trey Delver. Your outriders for Brian Mann, Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction, Logan Pethick and Tegan LaRouche. And your outriders for Darwin Kasokio, Trace Roofing Systems, Jory Bronkin and Lane Hewitt. Lane thanks Netcare, Dr. Ansel Updegrove, Boreal Builders of Turtle Lake, JWT Hats, Wrangler Well Servicing, and Showtime Big Rig Repair, his outriding sponsors on the 2026 Pro Tour. Ryan Martin guides him in to lead the parade in front of you. That zebra wagon is Brian Mann on 2. Darwin Kasokio last to load on 1. Silence for the horn. Heat number 2 is ready to go. The horn sounds, the stoves are loaded, and that outfit from the Little Pine First Nation is locked and loaded. Look at Ryan Martin for that Carl Kennedy wagon as he steals the rail off the number 3 barrel away from Brian Mann and Darwin Kasokio. The barrels are standing as we head into that second corner, and it is Ryan Martin meaning business tonight with the Little Pine First Nation planning to throw a big run here tonight. But look at Brian Mann flying around that second corner and wide open down the Whitecap Dakota backstretch. That's Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction building some speed with every stride. They're reeling in that Kennedy wagon and the Little Pine First Nation. We'll see if they got enough horsepower to get on the outside and get to the finish line in time. Here comes Brian Mann. Ryan, don't look now. He is coming in hot down the home stretch drive with every stride to the line. Too little, too late. Ryan Martin's going to hold him off and win it by 3/4 of a length over Brian Mann. Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction and Trace Roofing Systems. That's Darwin Casocchio across the line third in heat number 2. Shout out to the track crew here tonight. I'll tell you, last night there was a lot, and I mean a lot, of dust flying last night. And we had a lot of heat here today, so it should be just as dusty, but thanks to the track crew, they're keeping the dust down. We appreciate you. Let's go to the running times from heat number 1. Third place goes to Roland Baptiste, DJXL, and the Red Pheasant Snipers Hockey Club, 107 and 97, penalty free for Roland Baptiste, 107.97. Second, Roger Moore, Sunchild Law, 107 and 40. Penalty free for Roger Moore, 107.40. The winner of heat number 1, Robbie Ethier, bar over AJ Cattle with a 104 and 34. Penalty free for Robbie Ethier, 104.34. Your CPCA running times from heat number 1. Now, just so you know how fast the Robbie Ethier time was, that's faster than any time out here last night. The day money last night, Brad McMahon, 104 and 64. Robbie just ran a 104 and 34 in heat number 1. So, gives you an idea how fast Robbie was here in heat number 1. The CPCA would like to thank some more corporate sponsors for their support on the 2026 Pro Tour. Jensen Silver, custom silver and gold designed to fit your lifestyle. Hoof and Nail Farrier Supplies, Northern Factory Workwear, rugged work and footwear. Eye Expressions, eyewear fashion in Lloydminster. See what 2020 can do for you. And Iron Jet, corporate signs, vinyl decals, and custom apparel. For a full list of sponsors, go to cpcaracing.com. It's these companies that are committed to sustaining the sport of professional chuck wagon racing and the Western heritage we all love so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this outfit comes to you from the Poundmaker Cree Nation. This is Darwin Casocchio for Trace Roofing Systems, our 2024 top rookie driver. He finished the Batoche Aggregate 12th. He's currently 18th in the Canadian Pro Tour. That Zebra Wagon is flying Brian Mann out of High River, Alberta. Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction. He ran a day money in Onion Lake. He's also competed at the Calgary Stampede. And driving for Carl Kennedy, the Little Pine First Nation outfit, Ryan Martin at the lines of that one. An outfit that had a top 5 run at Batoche. In fact, third on the night that night. Finished the Saddle Lake Aggregate 6th. And a top 10 run for that purple and black wagon right here last night. There goes heat number 2. In a little while, we're going to get you the LNA Chartered Professional Accountants driver standings. The later we go into the night tonight, the higher up the CPCA Pro Tour standings we go, which means the 7th and final heat tonight will be the 3 fastest wagons coming into the weekend. We're going to bring the heroes out and reset the playing field. It's a good time now to get that 50-50 ticket and see what kind of money you might win tonight. Takes one to win one. So buy one, buy a few, buy an arm length, give yourself a chance to win, and the money goes right back to the Whitecap Dakota Nation Chuck Wagon Committee. We thank our major sponsors like our title sponsor, Sega and Dakota Dunes Casino, McGill's Industrial Services, Whitecap Development Corporation, Kindra Truck, Agree Architecture, BMO, Graham Construction, BHP, Dakota Dunes Development Corporation, our friends at Barcade Group of Companies. And we do want to let you know there is Dakota Thunder merchandise available right in the booth behind the grandstand. Shop for t-shirts, hoodies, zip-up hoodies, windbreakers, hats, and more with the Dakota Thunder logo on it. And again, the CPCA would like to thank some of these great corporate sponsors. a part of the 2026 Pro Tour all summer long. Read and write advertising, more than just signs. Assure occupational health testing, all in one place. Great Western Brewing, the highest quality beers in Western Canada, brewed with dedication and heart. Battery Boss, be the boss of the road or job site. Lamley's Western Wear, live your own West. For a full list of sponsors, go to CPCARacing.com. It's these companies that are key contributors to the growth of the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association. Well, with the Harrow's out, a chance to remind you that the cabaret will happen tonight over in the Tatonka Teepee Room at Dakota Dunes Casino. Armin Duck Chief is playing the cabaret tonight. We hope you brought your dancing shoes to the wagon track tonight, because when the dust settles, we're all, after we hit the showers, of course, we're all heading over there to dance with Armin Duck Chief. 9 o'clock showtime. Cabaret tonight, sponsored by OADBT. And we want to thank McKercher LLP for sponsoring the pancake breakfast this morning. Oh, they had the sausages, they had bacon, they had pancakes. It was a great breakfast for $10, sponsored by our friends at McKercher LLP. Tomorrow's our final day here with Dakota Thunder. Just a reminder, 2 o'clock start time. Championship Sunday. First of 7 heats go at 2 o'clock. And I want to take a moment to thank my friends at Cowtown in Saskatoon. They have me dressed from my boots to my hat, not only here at Whitecap Dakota, but all summer long. They really are 3 superstores in one. Cowtown is your one-stop shop for boots, clothing, accessories, saddles, and tack, and also carrying Hey Dudes. Cowtown is your Wrangler flagship store. Stop in and visit the friendly staff for all your Western needs, along with animal health and pet supplies. At the Chuck Wagon track, in town, out of town, it's gotta be Cowtown. Find him in Saskatoon at 3366 Fairlight Drive. We're going to take a few minutes, reset the track. When we come back, heat number 3 that includes Leslie Memnook, Randall Stanley, and Garth Sanderson when we return shortly. The horn sounds, and we're off and running at Dakota Thunder on the Whitecap Dakota with a loose outriding horse in the infield. We're starting off Western here on a Friday night, and Roger Moore will lead the charge. We got a top barrel down on 3 belonging to Robbie Ethier, but the man that stole the rail is on that 2 barrel. That is 007, the wily veteran in Roger Moore, and Sunchild Law leads the pack by a length and a quarter, and running second on the wide side is Robbie Ethier. Bar over AJ Cattle. Right into his inside is the 2 behind Roger Moore. Eat up a little dust. Along the rail running third is Roland Baptiste, DJ XL, and the Red Pheasant Snipers. And now look at 2 wide. That's Robbie Ethier turning up the jets just a little bit with every stride of horsepower. They're going to come in hot down the home stretch here at Whitecap Dakota Nation as they turn 4 and send them home. It's going to be wire to wire for Roger Moore. Sunchild Law is going to win this one by a length and a half. Bar over AJ Cattle. Robbie Ethier guides him in second. Roland Baptiste settles for third in heat number 1. There's the horn. The stoves are loaded in, and the Outriders will mount up as we turn and burn and cast our fate to the figure 8. Brian Mann's going to miss that top barrel. That's going to cost him. He's going to miss the bottom as well. Not the way Brian Mann wanted to start this weekend here at Whitecap, Dakota. But the Thunder on the front end is Ryan Martin at the lines of that Kennedy wagon with the Little Pine First Nation. The Little Pine has got a big lead here tonight by about 3.5 ahead of that white-shirted Darwin Casocchio Trace Roofing Systems. The white shirt is Brian Mann in there running second, and then trying to see through all the dust, and then we pick up with Darwin Casocchio wide open down the backstretch and into that third corner. Ryan Martin, look at the speed. In the lead right now, the Little Pine First Nation. Flying Brian doing all he can on the wagon track to make up for the penalty time in the infield with a hard charging second wagon. He's not going to get there. Ryan Martin's going to hold him off. Little Pine First Nation by a length and a quarter. Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction. Brian May in second. Trace Roofing Systems. Darwin Casocchio will settle for third in heat number 2. There's the horn, and we're ready to go in heat number 3. Everybody but Randall Stanley. He doesn't want to, his horses don't want to move for him, unfortunately. Not the way he wants to get things rolling on the number 1 barrel. He's got him going now. He's going to be late to the party because we catch up with Garth Sanderson and the Tatanka Telecom on the outside, running 2 wide and leading into that second corner with Leslie Memnook and Job Developments right there with them. All barrels are standing, and look at the 2 duel it out as they go wide open down the back stretch. In the lead, running 2 wide by a horse length. That is Garth Sanderson, the Sandman, making the sand fly tonight. But look at on the inside. That rail position is the short way around this track. And that's the spot that Leslie Memnook and Job Developments has. With a lot of horsepower, he takes over the lead as he turns it up and sends him home down the Whitecap Dakota home stretch drive. It's Job Developments. Leslie Memnook with a win by a length and a quarter. And Garth Sanderson, Tatanka Telecom will finish second as we catch up with Randall Stanley. He makes his way around that fourth corner, and USA Energy crosses the line. Tough Friday night for Randall Stanley in heat number 3. There's the horn, and off we go in heat number 4. The stoves are loaded up as we turn that top barrel. Nicely done. Look at this battle of the rookies, and it is Kyle McKay going to steal the rail away from Borex HDD and DJ DeSuter. He'll join him late off the number 1 barrel, but it is Kyle McKay and friends of Redhead Racing thundering around that second corner. To his right elbow, though, that's the lead team of the other rookie, Phil Arcand, and the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan as they trade strides full out down the backstretch run. The rail runner is the friends of Redhead Racing and Kyle McKay, leading by a horse length with Phil Arcand right there with them, keeping them within reach, trying to reel in the leaders, and back by a few lengths. That's DJ DeSuter and Borex HDD. As the leaders turn 4, it is going to be the friends of Redhead Racing. Kyle McKay is going to go wire to wire and win this one by a length and a half over Phil Arcand and the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan. Borex HDD. DJ DeSuter settles for third in heat number 4. The horn sounds in heat number 5. It's a quick start right across the infield. This is anybody's game as we turn and burn and head into the setting sun, and all 3 wagons get out there at the same time. However, 2 barrels down for Chris Flanagan on the number 3 barrel with Johnny's Oil Field. And the leader on that front end as they come around that VIP tent for me. Look at that. This is a all-out battle with Roger Moore on the outside by a half a horse length, and Sunchild Law 2 wide down the backstretch. Tucked to his inside is Rocky Bremner and the Pound Maker Cree Nation, and then running the overland route 3 wide. That's Johnny's Oil Field and Chris Flanagan as the Thunder dances around that third corner. Roger Moore opens him up, leading by a half a length, and tucked in along the rail, it's the Rock Star, Rocky Bremner with the Pound Maker Cree Nation as they turn 4 and ask for a little more. Down the home stretch drive, Roger Moore is going to hold off challenges from Chris Flanagan and Rocky Bremner to win this one by a half a length. Chris Flanagan, Johnny's Oil Field Hauling, second across the line, and Rocky Bremner with the Pound Maker Cree Nation settles for third in heat number 5. There's the horn, and heat number 6 is off and running as we turn that top barrel. Good driving, Cowboys. It's the Sea of Red, Dale Young, Toronto Trucking, and Warman Construction building some speed into that first quarter. The Thunder is hot on his heels. That's Carmen's Big Wave Foods. Josh Renick right in behind him along the rail, eating up some dust here at Whitecap Dakota, and on the outside running third. That is Colby Stanley, the defending Canadian champ. Harris Logging and Transport as he hauls the goods down the back stretch. But look at the man on the front end. That is Dale Young. He is in hot pursuit of some day money with Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction. Look at him go, leading by about 2.5 ahead of Josh Renick and Carmen's Big Way Foods. He needs to find some speed in a big way to catch the leader on the track, who's going to go wire to wire off the 2-barrel. Toronto Trucking, Warman Construction. Nice run for Dale Young tonight. Carmen's Big Way Foods, Josh Renick second in the feather flying. Colby Stanley with Harris Logging and Transport rolls across the line third in heat number 6. The horn sounds, and the 3 big gunners in the Canadian Pro Tour hit the track at Whitecap, Dakota. Brad McMahon, he's a winner of 3 show championships already. He wants to make it 4 this weekend. Premium Equipment Sales and Service has the premium spot on the wagon track. He's in front as they venture around that first and second quarter. All barrels are up, which is always good news. And right in behind him is that red jacket, Danny Ringette. So much dust, even with the water track, is tough to see. Superior Concrete Pumping trails second, length and a half off the leader, Brad McMahon down the back stretch, and then a couple lengths back from Danny Ringette. That's Calvin Fiddler, Toronto Trucking as they truck into that third corner. Whitecap Dakota, your last chance to cheer him home on a Friday night. It is Brad McMahon on the 1 barrel. He's going to take it wire to wire. Premium Equipment Sales and Service gets it done tonight with a hard-charging Danny Ringette, second by a length and a half. Superior Concrete Pumping, Toronto Trucking. Calvin Fiddler rolls in third across the line in heat number 7.
Adjusting off the sing the blues. Turn 'em on, turn 'em on, turn on those sad songs. When now hope is gone, why don't you tune in and turn them on? And reach into your room, whoa, whoa, feel that gentle touch. When now hope is gone,
on a Saturday night as we roll into heat number 3 here this evening. On that Iron Jet number 3 barrel, this is Leslie Memnook, first to parade in front of you with Job Developments, 100% First Nations owned and operated, providing commercial and industrial services throughout Saskatchewan. Full service renovations, new construction service and design, specialists in commercial renovations and clean energy. Job Developments, Leslie Memnook's on 3, Telcon 2 barrel, Randall Stanley USA Energy, an Aboriginally owned and operated civil earthworks contracted, rooted in Canoe Lake Cree First Nation. Built for the North and built to last. Canoe Lake Cree First Nation on the wagon box, Blue Ridge Farms on the liner, back at the barn, all supporting USA Energy. Randall Stanley's on 2. Apex Distribution 1 barrel, Garth Sanderson, Tatonka Telecom, an Indigenous-led telecommunications construction and infrastructure company operating across Western Canada, specializing in tower builds, wireless infrastructure, and field services. Partnering with major carriers and local internet service providers, Tatonka Telecom. Garth Sanderson is on that number 1 barrel. Your CPCA Outriders for Leslie Memnook, Job Developments, Darwin Ward, and Trey Delver. Trey thanks the House of Ambition Tattoo and Hair Salon, downtown Edmonton, his outriding sponsor. Outriding for Randall Stanley, USA Energy Services, Logan Pethick, and Lane Hewitt. And your outriders for Garth Sanderson, Tataka Telecom, Quinn Langevin, and Mitch Weber. And that's how we set up for heat number 3 as they pull on in and pull on up to a stop. Silence for the horn, heat 3. There's the horn, and heat number 3, a hard charge to that top barrel. It's quick on 3. That's Job Developments and Leslie Memnook as he tries to beat the rest out. He tries to steal the rail away from the Tatonka Telecom outfit, and he does just that. The Sandman with the feather flying. Garth Sanderson settles for second as they exit the infield and thunder into that second corner. And back is Randall Stanley with USA Energy, needing some more energy from that thoroughbred team, some more horsepower down the backstretch run. We got a chuck wagon train on the backstretch. The engine is Job Developments, and that is Leslie Memnook at the lines, and his team is running tonight, trying to reel him in as Garth Sanderson with a Tatonka Telecom outfit, but it's going to be wire to wire. A speedy run here tonight for Job Developments. Leslie Memnook is going to hold him off and win by a length and a half. Garth Sanderson, Tatonka Telecom, second. USA Energy and Randall Stanley settles for third in heat number 3. Let's go to your running times now from heat number 2. In third place, Darwin Kasokio Trace Roofing Systems, 108 and 75, penalty free for Darwin Kasokio, 108.75. Second, Ryan Martin driving for Carl Kennedy, Little Pine First Nation, first to cross the finish line at a 104 and 69. However, the outfit picked up 1 second for failing to stop. 1 more second for a late outrider. Add 2 seconds on to Ryan Martin's running time. He'll wrap up a Saturday night with a 106 and 69. 106.69. Winner of heat number 2, Brian Mann, Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction, a 105.37. Penalty free for fly-in Brian Mann, 105.37. Your CPCA running times from heat number 2. With those times in, still the Sure Shot Wireline fast time of the night. We go back to heat number 1, Robbie Ethier, bar over AJ Cattle, the pace setter at a 104 and 34. The quick time to beat, 104.34. We're going to get into your Battery Boss Outrider standings here in just a second, but right now we're going to welcome back the wagons from heat number 3. Leslie Memnook almost came back around. All these Horses you see on the wagon track tonight, whether they're an outriding horse or hooked to the wagon, all only get one trip around the chuck wagon track. But with Leslie, couldn't get him stopped. He was running so fast, he almost made 2 laps around this track, but he got him stopped just before the barreling area. Ladies and gentlemen, this man's from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. He finished 4th in the Poundmaker aggregate earlier on this season. This is Randall Stanley driving for USA Energy. Top 5 runs this summer in Onion Lake and Batoche. Randall Stanley is currently 15th in the Canadian Pro Tour standings. Well, while we have a moment, let's dive into those Battery Boss Outrider standings for you. This is our top 5 in the Outrider pen. 5th is Lane Hewitt with 3,364 points. 4th is Jory Bronken, 3,454.5. The number 3 outrider, Tegan LaRouche, 3,612 points. 2nd, Quinn Langevin, 4,134 points. And the number 1 outrider in the Battery Boss Outrider standings from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, Logan Pethick with 4,626 points. So watch for those guys here on the wagon track throughout the night tonight. If you haven't noticed, the Outriders jackets match that of their drivers, so when they're racing around the track, you know which Outriders belong to which wagon team. All right, a little bit of a delay coming back, but I think we got him coming around the VIP tent. Shout out to everybody enjoying the races in the VIP tent as well. Off to my left, hope you're enjoying your night. Ladies and gentlemen, you can put your hands together for the Sandman from the James Smith Cree Nation. This is Garth Sanderson, Tatanka Telecom. Garth had a top 10 run at Beardy's in Okemos a couple of weeks ago. And this outfit in front of you finished 12th on the night last night. He did it all on the pony wagon circuit before he made the jump to the big wagons. Now in his 2nd tour of duty with the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association. Had a good rookie summer last summer. Back again for another round, and this man comes to you, friends, from Goodfish Lake, Alberta. He's come a long way to race for you this weekend here at Whitecap, Dakota. This is Mr. Leslie Memnook driving for Job Developments. Couple of top 10 runs at Beardy's in Okemos a couple of weekends ago. Top 10 run last weekend in Saddle Lake, Alberta on what we call his hometown track. And Leslie was actually 6th fastest right here last night. We talked about it earlier. If you want to win the show title here at Dakota Thunder, you got to put together 3 fast runs. You got to be the number 1 driver in the 3-day aggregate. He was 6th last night and had a really good run here tonight, so that we'll put him in good position in the 2-day aggregate. We will get you the top 5 in the 2-day aggregate coming up in just a little bit, but it's a good time now to get you the top 5 running times from last night. This is how the top 5 went. The non-point wagon of Roger Moore was 5th on the night. Sunchild Law, 106 and 72. 4th, Josh Arenik, Carmen's Big Wave Foods, a 106 and 23. 3rd last night, Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping with a 105 and 81. 2nd, Dale Young, Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction, 104 and 88. Brad McMahon had the day money, Premium Equipment, Sales and Rentals with a 104 and 64. That was the top 5 from night 1 here last night. Coming up in heat number 4, we got a battle for the Rookie of the Year award. Kyle McKay on the 3-barrel, Phil Arcand on the 1-barrel. These two are tied in the point standings coming into the night tonight. On the Iron Jet 3-barrel, Kyle McKay, friends of Redhead Racing, a group of 20 people from Carrot Creek, Alberta, that all got together to support Kyle and Jackie. You see their brands on the wagon tarp with the friends of Redhead Racing. Kyle McKay's on 3. Telcon 2-barrel DJ DeSuter Borex HDD, a horizontal directional drilling contractor based in Barnwell, Alberta, providing specialized underground pipeline, utility, and excavation services across Saskatchewan and Alberta. Borex HDD DJ DeSuter. A lot of D's on the Telcon 2-barrel, and on the Apex Distribution 1-barrel, Phil Arcand with the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan, the recognized voice for Métis citizens in Saskatchewan, along for the ride with Phil Arcand on one. Your outriders for Kyle McKay and friends of Redhead Racing, Quinn Langevin and Lane Hewitt. Outriding for DJ DeSuter, Borex HDD, Trey Delver and Logan Pethick. Logan wants to thank his outriding sponsor in Sound Dogs Meadow Lake. They're with them this year. They've been with them for a number of years. A great supporter of Logan Pethick, CPCA outrider. And outriding for Phil Arcand with the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan, Mitch Weber and Jory Bronken. As we get things settled and hooked up properly, looks like DJ might be having a little bit of an issue over there. Doesn't look like anything major. Just they got to unhook a line and hook it back up, and the team will drive properly. All right, so pick your favorite quick. This is going to be a good one. We talked about these two rookies, and Kyle McKay and Phil Arcand. They've been trading places in the Lucky and Associate Chartered Accountant driver standings all summer long. Back and forth battle, and going into last night, it was Phil Arcand that had a few points on Kyle McKay, but after last night, the two are now tied with 663 points. It is a dogfight. It's a real race for the Rookie of the Year in the CPCA. So this is going to be, there are going to be two guys to watch, and then never count out DJ DeSuter smack dab in the middle on that number 2 barrel. The Wildcat is a wild card in this one right here. So we bring them back around. We talked about the number 1 outrider in the Battery Boss outrider standings being Logan Pethick from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. He is holding the lead team on the top of that number 2 barrel for DJ DeSuter and Borex HDD. Number 1 outrider in the pen. Phil Arcand last to load. Silence for concentration, communication, and safety on the wagon track for the horn in heat number 4. The horn sounds and the stoves are loaded in, and off we go as we turn and burn and cast our fate to the figure 8. Oh no, Kyle got the bottom barrel on 3 for Friends of Redhead Racing as he thunders to the lead, but he's got the big lead team of Phil Arcand to his left elbow, tucked in along the rail with the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan as they duel it out on the front end. The two rookies go stride for stride around that second corner, and DJ DeSuter battles from about 3.5 back, Borex HDD. But the real battle is on the front end as they go wheel to wheel into that third corner. Look at that. The two lead teams running nose for nose. Kyle gets a bit of an edge on the outside with the Friends of Redhead Racing, but Phil Arcand is along the rail, and that's the spot you want to be with the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan. This is a good one to the line. It's going to be Kyle McKay by a half a length with Friends of Redhead Racing. Phil Arcand second, DJ DeSuter third across the line. However, with the top barrel down, with a barrel down on 3, that's going to be costly for Kyle McKay when it comes to running times. We're going to go to your running times now from heat number 3. In third place, Randall Stanley USA Energy, 107.79. Penalty free for Randall Stanley, 107.79. Second, Garth Sanderson, Tatanka Telecom, 105.58. Penalty free for Garth Sanderson, 105.58. The winner of heat number 3, Leslie Memnook, Job Developments, 104.39, but picked up 1 second for a late outrider. Time for Leslie Memnook tonight, 105 and 39. 10539. Your CPCA running times from heat number 3. With those times in, our Sure Shot Wireline fast time remains from heat number 1. Robbie Ethier, bar over AJ Cattle, 104 and 34. 104.34. That is the time to beat right now. Well, we're going to bring out the heroes here in just a little bit. Don't forget the CPCA souvenir trailer is tucked in behind the grandstand, stocked with all new race gear for the 2026 race season. Chore jackets, Sherpa line vests, long and short sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants, hats, youth sizes, and more. And don't forget, purchase any CPCA merchandise before the end of the final hero for your chance to win a $50 credit to Home Fire Grill over at Dakota Dunes Resort. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Radway, Alberta, this is Kyle McKay driving for the Friends of Redhead Racing. One of our rookies on tour this year and in a real good battle for the Top Rookie of the Year award. Top 5 run at Beardy's and Okamasis. He was 7th last night. And here's the man he's battling with from the Alexander First Nation near Edmonton, Phil Arcand, Métis Nation of Saskatchewan. A day money run for Phil Arcand earlier this summer in Onion Lake. And the Wildcat, he played junior football for the Edmonton Wildcats. He would have played against the Saskatoon Hilltops. That's DJ DeSuter, Borex HDD. He finished the Onion Lake aggregate 4th, just missing out on a chance at the Dash for Cash. Couple of top 10 runs for DJ DeSuter last weekend out in Saddle Lake, Alberta. Well, while you do some shopping for the CPCA merchandise, we want to thank our friends at Battery Boss for sponsoring the CPCA Outrider of the Year. The top outrider at the end of the season will receive a Hunter X8 electric bike for the CPCA High Point Outrider. That's courtesy of our friends at Battery Boss. Chance to buy a 50-50. If you got one, great. You might want to get another one. If you haven't found one of our ticket sellers yet, support the Whitecap Dakota Nation Chuck Wagon Committee, and you might be supporting your bank account with a few $100 here tonight. We got a bigger crowd. If we gave away over 600 last night, we got a bigger crowd on a Saturday night. Look for it to be a pretty good payday for one lucky ticket holder. We want to thank our major sponsors for helping us come here to race for you this weekend. Our title sponsor is SIGA and Dakota Dunes Casino, and our major sponsors include McGill's Industrial Services, Whitecap Development Corporation, Kendra Truck, Agri Architecture, BMO, Graham Construction, BHP, Dakota Dunes Development Corporation, Barkay Group of Companies, Garnet Industries, VCM Construction, and Leadcore Group. Don't forget, after we're done and we get you the running times and the top 5 times of the night and the top 5 of a 2-day aggregate, we're going over to the casino, to the Tatonka Teepee Room to dance to the sounds of Armand Duck Chief. 9 o'clock tonight, Cabaret tonight, sponsored by OADBT. And a big shout out and a big thank you to McKercher LLP for sponsoring the pancake breakfast. In fact, Kyle McKay was cooking breakfast here this morning. Served me up some breakfast. For $10, you couldn't ask for a better plate. Hopefully you got out to the grounds for the pancake breakfast this morning, courtesy of McKercher LLP. And a quick reminder, Day 3 Championship Sunday with the CPCA goes tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Well, friends, we're going to take a few minutes, catch a breath. When we come back, heat number 5, we'll be on the wagon track with the likes of Roger Moore's Point Wagon, along with Rocky Bremner and Chris Flanagan, when we come back to the track in just a few.
And if that means gold, that is a gold mine. What's it? Now it's right there. Get it right. Get it, hit it right. Let's go. Make some noise. Let's play like this. Man, oh man. That's all. Here we go. Okay, like a crack. Michael. He went for it. That guy wasn't cool.
Broken inside. It's too late, you're gone. I'm tired of pretending. The past is undone. I'm not acting like some kind of fool. I didn't see. Oh, if you're out there looking for love, it should have been me. It could have been me. There by your side. It should have been me. Holding you tight. If you're looking for somebody's arms, let them be me. Oh, if you're out there looking for love, it should have been me.
How are you gonna get the mic back?
I'll find you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be out there. Yeah, go on the shoot. Good.
Okay, you're good to go.
Thanks, bro. Do you got a tracker on this in case?
Kyle McKay,
Sweet.
OCL Group. Trust they're experts to help you build, maintain, and grow.
Easy, turtle.
Help you
Easy, turtle.
deliver quality petrochemical products to the masses.
Easy, new guy.
Right. That is.
All right, let's see what you got, buddy.
Okay. Hollow River
First tip on leaders, buds. First time on leaders, let's see what you do.
Tires, agriculture tires, passenger tires. Mark and the crew have got you covered. Tirecraft Lloydminster and the Dewberry Hotel 1 Barrel Phil Arthur.
Easy.
Construction. For Outriders.
Oh,
Outriding
turtle.
for Kyle McKay and the
Oh,
OCL
turtle.
Group. That's Logan Pethick and Lee Hewitt.
Lane would like to thank Neck Care, Dr. Ansel Updegrove, and Boreal Builders of Turtle Lake, his outriding sponsors. Outriding for Brad McMahon, Tire Craft, Lloydminster, Quinn Langevin, and Gage Linton. And your outriders for Phil Arcan Construction, Rick Weaver, and Darwin Wheeler. Sends up heat one,
Smoking.
to the horns.
Smoking. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Energy Service.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Ha!
Caliber to 92. Stop one of the
Hands up, Mitch. Yep, 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 yep. Woo-hoo! Woo! Nice. Nice, buddy. Nice, buddy. Heck yeah. You're getting good.
Big hit, my boy.
Hello everyone, my name is Deborah and I am the Adventures Coordinator. I welcome all you here to Dakota Dunes Resort. Dakota Dunes Resort has the authentic, one-of-a-kind experiences which are seasonal from summer to winter. So today we're going to be participating in some teepee teachings, Indigenous game, a powwow presentation, Bannigan Bonfire, and the Cosmic Dome. Every season brings a new way to explore, from golf, canoeing, and hiking. This land has many stories to tell, and I can't wait for you to be a part of them.
Well, she stands by the river, looking at the stars, wondering if she'll ever see him again. Well, she stands by the river, tears in her eyes, crying for the love that she had lost. Standing by the river, tears in her eyes. Standing by the river, trying to mend her heart. Well, she stands by the river, trying to mend her heart. Walking all alone in this old town. Well, she walks all alone now through the streets of our town, wondering how we'd ever be today. She was just a young girl with a lovely smile. Her heart's been broken in two. Standing by the river, tears in her eyes. Standing by the river, trying to mend her heart. Well, she stands by the river, trying to mend her heart. Walking all alone in this old town. Well, she stands by the river, crying to herself, wondering if he'd ever would return. Well, she walks through the streets now of our old hometown, crying for him to come home. Standing by the river, tears in her eyes. Standing by the river, trying to mend her heart. Well, she stands by the river, trying to mend her heart. Walking all alone in this old town. Well, she stands by the river, standing by herself, wondering if he'd ever would return. Well, she walks through the streets now of our old hometown, crying for him to come home. can low die up in. The man from the magazine said I was on my way. Somewhere I lost connection, ran out of songs to play. Came into town a one-night stand. Looks like my plans fell through.
That dirt a little bit here in this next heat. Heat number 5 rolls in front of you on that Iron Jet number 3 barrel. This is Roger Moore, Sunchild Law. See Sunchild Law for Indian boarding claims with offices in Saskatoon and the Battle Fords. Online, sunchildlaw.com. Roger Moore's on 3. Telcon 2 barrel, Rocky Bremner, driving for the Poundmaker Cree Nation, located in Treaty 6 territory north of Cutknife, Saskatchewan. Rocky Bremner on the 2 barrel. Apex Distribution 1 barrel. Chris Flanagan, Johnny's Oilfield Hauling. Johnny's is a proudly independent Canadian-owned transportation company based in Nisku, Alberta, delivering reliable professional service to Alberta's industrial sectors for over 20 years, operating 24/7. Johnny's is prepared to meet any hauling needs. Johnny's Oilfield Hauling and Chris Flanagan on the number 1 barrel. Your outriders for Roger Moore, Sunchild Law. Quinn Langevin and Jory Bronkin outriding for Rocky Bremner, Poundmaker Cree Nation. Mitch Weber and Courage Antoine. Courage thanks his outriding sponsors, Garin Farms, Cut Knife, and DNA Roofing Saskatoon, his outriding sponsors. Your outriders for Chris Flanagan, Johnny's Oilfield Hauling, Logan Pethick, and Tegan LaRouche. As we set them up, silence please, Heat 5. There's the horn and a hot start to that top for that green lightning bolt of Chris Flanagan, Johnny's Oilfield Hauling, and he wins the race out there. Nice driving, cowboy, as the Thunder dances into that first corner. Chris Flanagan leads by 2 lengths. Right behind him, the Poundmaker Cree Nation of the Rockstar, Rocky Bremner, as he duels it out with 007 Roger Moore, the wily veteran to the outside, and the Sunchild Law outfit as those two battle it out with outriders all the way around them. The lone man in front down the back stretch is Johnny's Oilfield Hauling. He is hauling tonight. Chris Flanagan, what he needs is his outriders to get a little closer to him. Those white-shirted outriders got some work to do. Let's hope they get within the mark so he doesn't have any penalty minutes, because he is outrunning everybody tonight with all the speed down the home stretch drive. Johnny's Oilfield Hauling, Chris Flanagan wins this one by 3 lengths. Poundmaker Cree Nation, the Rockstar, gets their second, a half a length ahead of Roger Moore and Sunchild Law in heat number 5. Now let's have a look at your running times from heat number 4. In third place, Kyle McKay, Friends of Redhead Racing. 104 and 40 first across the line, but he picked up 5 seconds for the wagon knocking a barrel and 1 more for a late outrider. Add 6 seconds on to Kyle McKay's time tonight. He'll wrap up a Saturday night with a 110 and 40. 11040. Second, DJ DeSuter with Borex HDD. 109.01 plus 1 for being late to barrels. Time for DJ DeSuter, 110.01. 110.01. Winner of Heat 4, Phil Arcand with the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan, a 104 and 76 plus 2 for an outrider missing a barrel and 2 more for 2 late outriders. Time for Phil Arcand, 108 and 76. 108.76. Your CPCA running times from heat number 4. And with those times in, still the Sure Shot Wireline fast time all the way back to our first heat. Robbie Ethier still leads the way with Bar over AJ Cattle, 104 and 34. 104.34 is the time to beat here tonight. As the wagons come back around from this heat, we can put our hands together and send them home. This is the point wagon we talked about earlier. We saw Roger Moore in heat number 1 with his non-point outfit. This is the speed team. This one counts in the Pro Tour standings. From Loon Lake, Saskatchewan, 007 Roger Moore, Sunchild Law. This man finished 3rd last weekend in the Saddle Lake aggregate. He is currently 7th in the CPCA Pro Tour standings, only 8 points outside of an all-important top 6 spot for a shot at the Canadian title in 2026. From Glassland, Saskatchewan, the rock star Rocky Bremner and the Poundmaker Cree Nation. He picked up a Dash for Cash win this summer in Onion Lake. Rocky is currently 8th in the CPCA. And from Bonnyville, Alberta, that's Chris Flanagan with Johnny's Oil Field Hauling. Returned to the wagon box last night after suffering a rib injury a couple of weekends ago. You're looking at a 2-time Rangeland Derby competitor at the Calgary Stampede. Chris Flanagan with that green lightning bolt on the side of that wagon box. As we turn the page and look to heat number 6, we're going to bring out Dale Young, Josh Rennick, and Colby Stanley. Now's a good time to look at the L&A Chartered Professional Accountants drivers standings. The top 6 after Friday night next weekend in Onion Lake will have a shot at the Canadian title this summer. Sitting tied for 10th, Kyle McKay and Phil Arcand are 2 rookies. Sitting 9th, Chris Flanagan. 8th in the Pro Tour, Rocky Bremner. And 7th, Roger Moore. He is 8 points outside of a top 6 spot. In the all-important top 6 right now is the defending Canadian champion, Colby Stanley. 6th with 722.5 points. 5th is Dale Young, 747 points. The number 4 driver is Josh Rennick, 750 points. 3rd is Calvin Fiddler, 773.5. The number 2 driver, Brad McMahon, 876 points, and 6 ahead of him in the number 1 spot. The leader of the L&A Chartered Professional Accountant driver standings right now, Danny Ringette, with 882 points. Those are your drivers' standings. All right, heat number 6 rolls in front of you now on that Iron Jet number 3 barrel. This is Dale Young for Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction. Toronto Trucking out of Warman. They specialize in general freight trucking, truck transportation, construction, and more. Warman Construction provides commercial and industrial construction services across Saskatchewan, specializing in bridges, culverts, concrete, and more. Dale Young's on the number 3 barrel. Telcon 2 barrel, Josh Rennick, Carmen's Big Wave Foods out of Airdrie, Alberta. Carmen's offers a convenient shopping experience with a wide selection of groceries in a friendly small town setting. Josh Rennick on the 2 barrel, Apex Distribution, 1 barrel, the Cobra, Colby Stanley, Harris Logging and Transport. An off-road and winter road hauling business owned by Sean Harris, located in Prince Albert. The company specializes in log loading, hauling, and staging alongside general freight and grain bin moving. Get it all done with Harris Logging and Transport. Colby Stanley on that number 1 barrel. Your outriders for Dale Young, Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction, Logan Pethick and Dax Young. Outriding for Josh Rennick, Carmen's Big Wave Foods, Quinn Langevin and Jory Bronkin, and Colby Stanley's Outriders, sponsored by the Mitchell's family for the Harris Logging and Transport Limited Outfit, Tegan LaRouche and Ryan Martin. Ryan was out earlier as an outrider, as a driver in heat number 2, and now he's outriding. Here we go, heat 6. There's the horn in heat number 6. It's a quick start as the Outriders mount up, and we turn and burn and head out of town. All 3 wagons out there at the same time as Josh Arinek, Carmen's Big Wave Foods, owns the lead, 2 wide, but the rail runner is off the 1 barrel. That's the Cobra Colby Stanley with Harris Logging and Transport, and running the overland route on the real wide side. That is Dale Young with Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction. Dale Young was the second quickest here last night. Tonight, he's got some work cut out for him on the wide side of that wagon track. We talked about that rail position. That's the shortest way around this track, and that's the spot owned by the defending Canadian Chuck Wagon champion. There's venom in those fangs tonight for the Cobra, Colby Stanley, and Harris Logging and Transport hauling the goods to the finish line as he opens them up and will win this one by a length over Toronto Trucking, Dale Young, and Warman Construction. And Josh Arinek, Carmen's Big Wave Foods, settles for third in heat number 6. Let's go back to your running times now from heat number 5, a penalty-free heat. Third, Roger Moore, Sunchild Law, 109.06. 109.06 for Roger Moore. Rocky Bremner finished second with the Poundmaker Cree Nation, 108.45. 108.45 for Rocky Bremner. The winner of Heat 5, Chris Flanagan, Johnny's Oilfield Hauling, a 105.17. 105.17 for Chris Flanagan, a penalty-free Heat number 5. Those times in, still the Sure Shot Wireline fast time. We rewind to our very first heat tonight. Robbie Ethier, bar over AJ Cattle, 104 and 34. 104.34. Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to grab some souvenirs. We got one more Harrow timeout, and then the 7th and final heat, and then the running times before we send you dancing to the cabaret. But before we do that, we bring back this man. He comes to you from Dewberry, Alberta. Spent the last 5 years on the World Pro Chuck Wagon Tour, and now his first year on the Canadian Tour, racing in front of you here at Whitecap, Dakota. This is Josh Arinek, Carmen's Big Wave Foods. He finished the Beardy's aggregate fourth quickest last night, and the number 4 driver in the CPCA in front of you right now. Behind him, with the sea of red on the wagon box, this man's from Sundre, Alberta. This is Dale Young, Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction, our Dewberry Show champion this year. He ran a day money in Beardy's and Okamasis, second fastest wagon last night. Dale Young is number 5 in the Canadian Tour. And the Cobras out of Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, Colby Stanley, Harris Logging and Transport. He's our defending and reigning Canadian Chuck Wagon champion. He won a $25,000 dash for cash in Poundmaker earlier this summer. Colby is currently the number 6 driver on the Canadian Tour. Well, the CPCA would like to thank some more corporate sponsors for their support here on the 2026 Pro Tour, like Relay Distributing. Rely on Relay. L&A Chartered Professional Accountants, Lloydminster. Grow your business with us. First Nation Insurance Services, start with better benefits. Ophelia James Medical Aesthetic, naturally refined, confidently you. And Northern Livestock Sales, online at northernlivestocksales.ca. For a full list of sponsors, go to cpcaracing.com. These companies are committed to sustaining the sport of chuck wagon racing and our Western heritage, and we encourage you, the great wagon fans, to support these companies whenever you can, because without these companies, we wouldn't be here to race for you. We wouldn't have a sport to race for you, because these sponsors are so important to keep this sport alive and well. So we thank you in advance for supporting these great companies. Again, the souvenir booth is open. Some great race gear. Take home some gear tonight. Wear it back to the track tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Hoodies, sweatpants, hats, and sizes for youth, and a whole lot more. I want to thank my friends again at Provincial Vodka for helping me and my family down the wagon trail. again this summer. They've been with me for quite a few years now, and I sure do appreciate it. They have a great product, too, that's smooth like no other vodka, and from the makers of Provincial Vodka, Crush It Hard Iced Tea. Keep it simple. An easy summer drink that is refreshingly delicious. Do what you love, drink what you love. Crush It is available now at your favorite liquor store. Hey, don't forget, Dakota Thunder merchandise is also available. That's at the booth right in behind the grandstand. Shop for t-shirts, hoodies, zip-up hoodies, windbreakers, and hats with the Dakota Thunder logo on it right in behind the grandstand. You got a few minutes to get some shopping now. And we give a shout-out to our title sponsors, Sega and Dakota Dunes Casino, and friends of Dakota Thunder, Labatt's, Sask Energy, and Express It Promotional Products. We'll be back with Heat 7, the 3 fastest wagons in the CPCA coming into the weekend here at Dakota Thunder. Stand by for Danny Ringette, Brad McMahon, and Calvin Fiddler when we come back in just a few minutes.
Like as First Nations, we have this true belief in hospitality and how we treat people that walk into our nation and our community. But when you walk into Dakota Dunes, you know, you feel welcome. We were doing some archaeological digs. You know, we found like arrowheads. And so, but if you look at an arrowhead and it's chiseled and it emulates the rolling dunes, I told them, I said, this is going to be our logo. People see the arrowhead and they know this is Dakota Dunes. As Dakota people, you know, like we've got the connection like to the stars, the constellations.
Being a Dakota, we believe that we are the Whitecap Oyate, which is the star people, the star nation. And we'd like to share that with our guests. But one thing that I hope that they take with them is having that experience at the Cosmic Dome and learning about Dakota culture, and not just Dakota culture, but also the Dakota history of the star knowledge.
Like our original governance structure was called the Ochete Shekoi, the 7 council fires. And the 7 council fires is that Big Dipper, 7 stars in the Big Dipper. And then, of course, we have our fire going on right now. But you can do bannock on a stick, and there can be storytelling. Just a team building with your organization, your company. We were building the hotel. I said, you make sure you don't skimp on the mattresses. People want a good sleep. You have a good sleep, you're going to tell your family, your friends, your colleagues, and also the food. You know, making sure we have good food. You know, that's really important as well. Even though we're outside the city, people like that experience of driving. You know, from getting away from the city, coming out, but you feel like you've gone somewhere. You know, you feel like you left, you've gone somewhere. And we're looking forward to our tourists to continue to come and enjoy the experience here at Dakota Dunes. That means I'll see you again.
The thunderbirds are flying, the eagle heart is crying. Hang on, sister, they're gonna take us home, take us home, take us home. Night warrior, dad, call your to end their crimes, sucking all them.
Keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end highway, riding that storm running through my veins like a shot down tailspun airplane. I'm scared of nothing and I'm scared to death. I can't breathe and I catch my breath. I keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end highway. Ain't no love in Oklahoma. Just a whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you. Riding in on the wind and rain.
Oh yeah, it was a good run, I hope anyways.
Yeah.
It was all clean, that's the main thing, and we'll see what time we got.
Is that your main team?
That's the main one.
Yeah? It's a good run, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I to sell you. Just some things that I will tell you. Some things I know will chill you to the bone. Over there sits the chair where she brings the paper to me and sit down on my knee and whisper, oh, I love you. But now she's gone forever, and this old house will never be the same without the love that we once knew. Sit down. Got me a woman, the kind of man talks about. Every night at Rose Lounge, she likes me to take her out. Saving us a table down at the old blue room. She walk in, take her eyes and dance across the room. And dancing lights, dancing nights, checking out the men of the night. Dancing lights, dancing nights, looks like I'm along just for the ride. Scotch and soda, make her the double on mine. I've been through this all night, I know 1,000 times. She'll sit here drinking, but she won't be here too long. Just until the band plays a sweet, sexy song. And all them boys, she's been winking at, one by one, will make their way to the shoulder to give her a time. Then now they go dancing, well, I sit here and drink. She's all over him with her dancing eyes, dancing eyes, dancing.
Final heat coming your way. Thanks to the crew over there on the turnback barrier. By the way, we appreciate your help. We need that barrier in place just in case there happens to be a loose outriding horse. Their job to stop it from running the wrong way around the track. So heat number 7, then we'll have the running times, get you the top 5 in the 2-day aggregate, and then we're going to send you dancing at the casino to the sounds of Armin Duck Chief. $20 cover, $7 beer and liquor, and $8 wine is what I'm told. So price drop for tonight's cabaret, so that'll be a lot of fun. Heat number 7 is going to be fun on the Iron Jet 3-barrel. Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, providing concrete pumping throughout northern Alberta and Saskatchewan since 1979. They're located in Cold Lake. They do mud jacking, form work, and have a placing and finishing division and carpenters on staff. With Superior Concrete Pumping, Danny Ringett on 3. Telcon 2-barrel, Brad McMahon, premium equipment, sales and service, offering a variety of quality pre-owned heavy equipment, both for sale and rent. Premium will help you get your project done on time and on budget. Online at premium-equip.com. Brad McMahon's on 2. Apex Distribution 1-barrel, Calvin Fiddler, Toronto Trucking and Construction Limited, located in Warman, Toronto, specializes in general freight trucking, truck transportation, construction, and more. And they're with Calvin Fiddler on the 1-barrel. Your Outriders for your Calvin Fiddler's Job Development Outriders. For Toronto Trucking, that's Jory Bronkin and Ryan Martin. Brad McMahon's Outriders with premium equipment, sales and rentals, Quinn Langevin and Lane Hewitt. And your Outriders for Danny Ringett, Superior Concrete Pumping, Logan Pethick and Tegan LaRouche. 3 fastest wagons in the Canadian Tour to this point line up for a 7th and final heat. Silence for the sound of the horn, please. The horn sounds and a hot start on that 2-barrel. That's Brad McMahon, premium equipment, sales and service. And he is going to get out of town and try to steal that rail, and will do that over Calvin Fiddler, Toronto Trucking, running second along the rail behind Brad. Danny Ringett moves to his outside. We got some white-shirted Outriders late getting out. They got to catch up with that Toronto Trucking and construction outfit of Calvin Fiddler, Team 21, running second with Danny Ringett to his outside, but all the speed down the Whitecap Dakota backstretch is with the day money runner from last night. That is Brad McMahon, premium equipment, sales and rentals, as he flies into that third corner, a length and a half ahead of Calvin Fiddler, and right behind him on the stove rack is the lead team of Danny Ringett, but the man with all the speed is Brad McMahon as he turns for home. Premium equipment, sales and rentals with a premium run tonight. Winning by a length and a half, Toronto Trucking, Calvin Fiddler. Nice run tonight. Second, Danny Ringett rolls across the line in third in heat number 7. Now we go to your running times from heat number 6, a penalty-free heat. Third, Josh Hrenek, Carmen's Big Way Foods, 105 and 91. 105.91 for Josh Hrenek. Second, Dale Young, Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction, 105 and 19. 105.19 for Dale Young. The winner of heat number 6, Colby Stanley, Harris Logging and Transport Limited, 104 and 39. 104.39 for Colby Stanley. Those are your running times from heat 6, a penalty-free heat. And still the leader, we go back to bar over AJ Cattle, Robbie Ethers. Stand by for your running times from heat number 7, top 5 of the night, and a top 5 of a 2-day aggregate. The 2 days combined to see where we're at heading into a championship Sunday tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to turn your attention to corner number 1, if you will. Our band of brothers, our CPCA Outriders, are going to be taking their hats off to you. They want to salute you for being a great wagon crowd on a beautiful Saturday night for Chuck Wagon Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the best in the game. How about it for Logan Pethick, Tegan LaRouche, Lane Hewitt, Quinn Langevin, Jory Bronkin, and Ryan Martin, your CPCA Outriders. Job well done again tonight, fellas. Hit the showers. We'll see you in a little bit over at the casino at the Armand Duck Chief Cabaret. 9 o'clock is when the music's playing. They will hit the shower first. Don't you worry about that. Okay? We're going to bring these wagons back around. Our CPCA nightcap provided by Great Western Brewery. Drink of choice for the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association. And the CPCA souvenir trailer will be open to pick up some merchandise for a little while yet following the conclusion of our show here tonight. Buy your merchandise tonight And we're back to the track tomorrow afternoon for a championship Sunday. We also have the 50-50 winning number coming your way shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, he's a proud member of the Waterhen Lake First Nation. This is Calvin Fiddler for Toronto Trucking and Construction. Team 21, a couple of top 5 runs in Saddle Lake last weekend. He is the number 3 driver in the CPCA. From Bonnyville, Alberta, you're looking at Danny Ringette, a former Canadian champion with Superior Concrete Pumping. 6 trips to the Rangeland Derby at the Calgary Stampede for Danny. He's our Onion Lake Show champion this summer and split the Saddle Lake Championship last weekend. Danny is your number 1 driver on the Canadian Pro Tour. And from Chauvin, Alberta, this man has won 3 show titles already this summer and 2 Dash for Cash wins. A couple of weekends ago, he set the track record at Beardy's in Okamasis, and a day money run last night for Brad McMahon. Premium equipment, sales, and rentals. Another premium run for Brad McMahon here tonight. Some freebies coming your way from McMahon Racing Team. Again, the Cabaret, 9 o'clock tonight. Armin Duck Chief playing. It starts at 9 o'clock. Cabaret tonight is sponsored by OADBT. $20 to get in, and they dropped the price for the ticket and the liquor tonight by the sounds of it. $7 beer, $7 liquor, and $8 wine tonight. Cabaret with Armin Duck Chief. Again, thanks to McKercher LLP for sponsoring the pancake breakfast this morning. And again, day number 3 with the CPCA tomorrow afternoon at 2. So, running times right after we get you this 50-50 draw. I told you, 600 last night, but a better crowd tonight. It's going to be bigger. And it is. The 50-50 winning prize is $1,387 tonight. And if you win, you go to the merchandise booth right behind the grandstand. For $1,387, the winning number is 390137. 390137. Congratulations. We'll see you at the casino. Let's go to your running times now from heat number 7. We won't keep you waiting. This is a fast heat. You want to hear these times. Penalty-free heat. 3rd, Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, 104.31. 104.31 for Danny Ringette. 2nd, Calvin Fiddler, Toronto Trucking Limited, with a 103.19. 103.19 for Calvin Fiddler. And the winner of heat number 7, Brad McMahon, Premium Equipment Sales and Rentals, with a 102.08. 102.08 for Brad McMahon. And unofficially, that is a brand new Whitecap Dakota track record set by Brad McMahon. Premium Equipment, Sales, and Rentals. Here's your top 5 of the night tonight. 5th on the night, Colby Stanley, Harris Logging and Transport Limited, 104.39. 104.39. 4th, Robbie Ethier, Bar Over AJ Cattle, 104.34. 104.34. 3rd quickest, Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, 104.31. 104.31. 2nd, Calvin Fiddler, Toronto Trucking Limited, 103.19. 103.19. And with a new track record, the day money for the 2nd day in a row, Brad McMahon, Premium Equipment, Sales and Rentals, 102.08. 102.08. Take the times from last night, put them with the times from tonight. This is who's leading the show after 2 days in the 2-day aggregate. Fastest after 3 days wins the show title. Here's how it looks after 2. 5th is Josh Arinek, Carmen's Big Way Foods, with a 2-day aggregate time of 2:12:14. 2:12:14. 4th, Calvin Fiddler, Toronto Trucking Limited, 211-20, 21120. Sitting third on the weekend, Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, 210-12, 21012. Second, Dale Young, Toronto Trucking and Warman Construction, 210-07, 21007. And with a day money last night and a day money tonight, the leader after 2 days is Brad McMahon, Premium Equipment, Sales and Rentals, with a 2-day aggregate time of 2:06 and 72. 2:06.72. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank our major sponsors one more time. SIGA, Dakota Dunes Casino, McGill's Industrial Services, Whitecap Development Corporation, Kindrachuk, Agri Architecture, BMO, Graham Construction, BHP, Dakota Dunes Development Corporation, Barkay Group of Companies, Garnet Industries, VCM Construction, and Leadcore Group, and Whitecap Wellbeing for the kids' activities. When running times become official, they will be posted at cpcaracing.com. And you can relive tonight's action from the drone's view, courtesy of 7th Gen Productions, on our CPCA Facebook page. On behalf of the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association, Whitecap Dakota Nation, SIGA, and Dakota Dunes Casino and the CPCA race personnel, I'm Jason Lee. Thanks for coming out tonight. We appreciate you. Hope you had fun, and we invite you back at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for 7 more heats of the CPCA Pro Tour and a championship Sunday. And we will see you at the Cabaret a little bit later on tonight. Safe travels on your way home. We'll see you back here tomorrow.